Citizens Bank Park. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Detroit Tigers going up against the Chicago White Sox. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. And on the hill today, Shane Smith. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Brings it in. One down. Here comes Gleyber Torres.
The second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Ripped, but it curls foul. The 0-1. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters.
Missed inside with the curve. Out to short, Montgomery. To first. Quick start here this evening. 2 out. Top of the first. 2 outs. Base is empty. Now it's the DH, Colt Keith. Hammered down the right side, but foul. And the 0-1. Tap foul at the plate. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout. We go to the bottom of the first. And taking the ball for Detroit, Tarik Skubal. And Singy, he's a workhorse. Loves pitching deep into his starts.
He has great stuff, Boog, but what I love most is his drive. You know, when he takes the ball, he's going to give you everything he's got and try to pitch deep into the ball game. He's a true competitor, which makes it easy for his teammates to play hard for him. We're not going to see him take many pitches off, I can promise you that.
Chase Maedroff steps to the plate for the White Sox. Yeehaw! Here comes the 0-1. Makes the catch, 1 down. Now it's the shortstop, Colson Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Skubal, he's the kind of starter that a lot of pitching coaches and managers as well really appreciate. Not a guy who's going to get himself into trouble by. Here's a drive out to right center. Way back there. Look out. Gone. He'll take a jog around the bases. And the White Sox strike first. It's 1-0.
A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Here's the third baseman, Miguel Vargas. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. 2 down.
Yeah, he throws strikes, and he's got the command to be in the zone, be effective, but just moving the ball around, getting the ball back from the catcher, Boog, and throwing the pitch.
Munetaka Murakami, the next to hit, takes ball 1. And it's 1-1. It's an interesting thing when you consider limiting walks. Is it more important today because of how many home runs are being hit?
No doubt. Keeping players off the base paths with the way the swings and the launch angles are today. The emphasis.
This one's into the outfield. Could be extra bases. And that's a 2-out double.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
And now it's Austin Hayes. Runner takes off, pitching for a strike to second, and that's not it. Yeah, I think the other part, though, as well, is it goes both ways because I think that guys at times are more than willing to give up walks because they'll come back and strike the next guy out. That one the other way. Base hit and a run in to score.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Andrew Benintendi up to the plate. And that one lifted in the air center field. That is the inning. We move ahead to the top of the second now. Now here's the Tigers cleanup hitter, Riley Green. Swinging a foul straight back. Fouled off left side. Line drive, leaps and he's got it. Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
And a big swing and a miss.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
He goes down looking.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 7.
2 down, base is empty. And next to hit for Detroit, Kevin McGonigal. Right side, Murakami. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Bottom half of inning number 2. So up now for Chicago, Lenny Sosa. Outside low. And a Out even 1-1. In the air, left field. Green on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one down. Edgar Carroll steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Carroll.
That missed. That's a ball.
And that one hammered. That's got a chance. And that one is off the wall. The throw in. And that's a double.
All over that one right there. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Stepping in, Luis Angel Acuna. Can't get there, and that should bring in the run. And it'll be runners at second and third, only one away.
The batter, number 10, second baseman.
Back to the top of the White Sox lineup. Chase Maidra getting ready to hit. Golden opportunity right here. Swing and a ground ball. Slides for the stop. He fires to the plate. And a run scores from third thanks to the infield single. So up next for Chicago, Colson Montgomery.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Inside and it hit him. And now the bases are loaded.
Up next for the White Sox, the third baseman.
So bases loaded with one away. Miguel Vargas steps to the plate for the White Sox. He's 0 for 1. To third. There's one. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. Now here's the Detroit catcher, Dylan Dingler. Out to short, Montgomery. Tosses to first. One pitch and one out. Here's the center fielder, Parker Meadows. No question about this one. It's out of here. That one felt good, and they cut into the deficit. It's 3-1.
With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
One down. Now it's Javier Baez. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one. Popped in the air. Left field. Benintendi under this one. 2 down. Back to the top of the Detroit order. And now the right fielder, Kerry Carpenter. Fly to left his first time. And that is out of play. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. The 0-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Back here in Philadelphia, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox.
You know, these White Sox doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Ripped to short. Leadoff man retired here in the third. And up next for Chicago, Austin Hayes.
right fielder,
Singled and drove in a run his first time through.
Hayes.
Out to short. Baez throws to first in time. And two straight set down to begin the bottom of the third. Benintendi up here. Fly to center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And there's a foul ball. The 0-1. And look out. That one gets him.
You got him.
The second man he's plunked in this one. So a man at first. Next is the designated hitter, Lenny Sosa. That one fouled off. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. Throw in hopes the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And up next for Chicago, Edgar Quero. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And he hits a ground ball right side. On to first. That ends the frame. Back here in Philadelphia, start of the fourth, Gleyber Torres up now for the Tigers. Fouled off. He was late. Fair ball. And it gets by him. And he's going to get to second with nobody out. Runner in scoring position, no outs. Colt Keith digs in now. Benintendi has a beat on it. 1 away. So now with 1 away and a man at second. Here's Riley Green. 0 for 1 so far. In the dirt. And now the 0-1. Foul ball there. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Man at second. Well struck deep right field. Way back and out of here. He'll take a trot around the bases. And we're starting over.
The throw's a pretty hard slider, but when it doesn't break, it's just like a good fastball to hit. And right there, eyes got big, hit that ball really hard, and now he's getting high fives in the dugout.
So it's all tied up thanks to Sean Newcomb. Gets the ball now. And a foul ball. Swings through that. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 2 gone now. So up next, Kevin McGonigal. Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. On the ground right side. And that is that. Back at Citizens Bank Park. Bottom 4.
On the mound, he's looking to keep momentum on their side with a quick inning. Keep those runs they just scored in the bank instead of handing them right back.
Acuna
That's a
in the
ball.
box now
Outside.
as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him.
Now pitching for
Brant Herter will take
Number
over here.
38, Brant Herter.
And a swing and a miss. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, this is a good time to step out of the box, take a deep breath, reset. A couple of change-ups. Probably won't see another one here.
Got him looking. That was pretty nasty.
Number 10, second baseman.
So the lineup flips over. Now it's the second baseman, Chase Mydroff. Tap foul at the plate. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. He's already homered in this game.
Montgomery.
Swing and a ball lifted left field. Green should have this one. And that is the third out of the inning. We go to the top of the 5th. Now here's the Detroit catcher, Dylan Dingler. In the air, right side. Hayes sprinting after it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next,
so digging in, Parker Meadows. He's already homered here in this one. Line to left and foul ball. Here's your 1. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Battling here as he fouls it away. On the ground to first. The tag and he's out. Javi Baez digs in right side. Fly to left his first time.
Baez.
And he bunts, but that's a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. On the ground, right
That's a foul
side.
ball.
And it goes just foul. Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. So up now for Chicago, Miguel Vargas. Swing and a miss. There's the changeup. Next offering is foul back.
This guy at the dish excels in 2-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
In the air, right field. Carpenter on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And a quick out, number 1. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Munetaka Murakami. He's 1 for 2 so far in his debut.
First big league game, check. First hit, check. First multi-hit game, that would be nice. We'll see.
Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
You tie a guy up like that, you're feeling like you are in command.
And there's a ball. Next pitch is downstairs.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
2-2. This one in the air, center field. Meadows settles underneath it, brings it in, and there are 2 outs.
Up next,
at the plate, Austin Hayes.
The right fielder, number 21, Austin Hayes.
On the ground to third. Tosses across to first, and that is that. Back here in Philadelphia, top of the 6th inning, Kerry Carpenter up now for the Tigers. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The 0-1. And that one fouled off. Newcomb, 32 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2014. Got him. Now 1 away.
Up next to the Tigers, the second baseman,
Gleyber Torres up to the plate, 1 for 2. Swings through the fastball up in the zone. And that is out of play. The 0-2. Hayes settles underneath it. Takes it in for the out. And up next for Detroit, Colt Keith.
The designated hitter, Colt Keith.
That one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Here's the 0-2. And a bunt towards third. And that bunt goes foul. It's a strikeout. Back here in Philadelphia, where we go bottom six. Andrew Benintendi steps to the plate for the White Sox. Benintendi, the former first-round pick, Golden Spikes Award winner. And a foul ball.
That's in. Ball.
This one in the air, center field. Meadows on his way over. He's got it. And there's one away. And here is Sosa to the plate.
The designated hitter, Lenny Sosa.
Went with the
Ball
sweeper,
outside.
but it misses. All tied up here in the bottom of the sixth.
Now pitching for the
New
Tigers,
arm out of the bullpen,
number
Tyler Holt.
87, Tyler Holton.
And another ball. Pulls that one foul. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. In the air to left center. Green takes it in for the out. And there's two down. Edgar Caro steps to the plate for the White Sox.
The catcher, Edgar Caro.
He swings and fouls one off. Two down, nobody on. Just a slow ground ball this time. Fires over to first. Third out, and that ends the frame. Back at Citizens Bank Park, top of inning number 7, Riley Green. Up now for the Tigers. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Grant Taylor. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball. Benintendi hustling after it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One out. A key out to start the 7th. So up next, Spencer Torkelson, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. He dives, but he can't make the catch. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock. To first, and he scrambles back safely. Took a big turn there.
First pitch swing in, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
That's towards center. He's got it, and there's two down. Now here's the Detroit catcher, Dylan Dingler.
Number 13, Dylan Dingler.
Not what he's looking for there in the 0-0 count. Looks like he wants the ball down in the zone.
And a big swing and a miss. Got it. Out number 3. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. So up now for Chicago, Luis Angel Acuna. On the ground, McGonigal gets it to first, and the leadoff hitter set down to open the seventh. Back to the top of the order, Chase Maidra now at the plate. And there's a foul ball. Strike two. That one missing inside. Swing and a line drive and a base hit out of the left center field. And it gets by him.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Next to hit, Colson Montgomery. Throw to second and great jump. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. The 0-1. And that one fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But some way, somehow, climb back into this at-bat through the count.
Grounds one to short. Baez. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Go-ahead run on base. Miguel Vargas steps to the plate for the White Sox. 0 for 3 in this one. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. 2 on, 1 out. There's a strike. Foul ball, still 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Hard ground ball for a base stop. Throw comes in quickly, holds that go-ahead run at third, and there's still one away. So bases all loaded up. Munetaka Murakami getting ready. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Kenley Jansen.
Well, no margin for error in terms of throwing strikes with the bases loaded. Just has to execute one pitch at a time to try to get out of this.
That one is absolutely belted. One hops off the wall, should score at least 2. Run comes in from second. Runner around third. But now he hits the brakes and hustles back to third.
That's 3 singles in a row. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great.
Line drive, base hit. 1 run is in. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only 1 away. Benintendi gets a chance to hit here. Swing and a foul straight back. Well struck right field. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Runner in from third to extend their lead. Hayes coming around third. He's in there.
They are really feeding off each other. That's 5 hits in a row. I love the hustle out of the box. Man, he drove that baseball, and he was thinking triple right away.
Now at the plate, Lenny Sosa. Misses the ball, and it falls in.
This is unbelievable. That's now 6 consecutive hits by this lineup. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stay.
Line drive, base hit.
Back-to-back singles, just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate.
Out towards right center field. Carpenter coming on. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there are two down. All loaded up. Chase Mydroff steps to the plate for the White Sox. Base hit, one run in already. Ball comes in, runner stops at third, bases still loaded with two out. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. Swing and a miss as he was late that time. Pitch gets away. Ball comes home and he's dead at the plate. Ends the inning after they racked up a bunch of runs. Back here in Philadelphia, we're at the top of the 8th. Parker Meadows up now for the Tigers. And he blows that one by him at 100. Late with the swing there. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. The high heat too much on that one. And now it's Baez. That one at triple digits. The White Sox up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. White Sox going with a new arm, Jordan Hicks.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
That's out number 2. Back to the top of the order now. Now it's the right fielder, Kerry Carpenter. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Fouled off to the right. Two down, nobody on. Flying drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Here's Gleyber Torres, and first offering is fouled off. Line drive, and that's a fair ball. Trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. And a double puts runners at second and third with 2 out.
A couple of singles back to back. Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Foul ball there. The 0-1. And that one fouled off. 2 on, 2 outs. On the ground right side. And it stays fair. Runner scores from second as they get one back. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Caught it out front and ripped it down the line, and as soon as he saw it get through the infield, man, he started making that big turn towards.
Slings to first. They limit the damage here. Back here in Philadelphia, ready for the bottom of the 8th. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox. A new arm into the game, the righty, Will Vest. And first offering is fouled off. Awkward swing there from the big left-handed hitter.
Off balance as well.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Right through there. Got him. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. Now the third baseman, Miguel Vargas. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Strike 2. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man aboard now with one away.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Really protecting with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, he got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting.
And here is Munetaka Murakami. Murakami checks his swing. Appeal down to third. Did not go. Out towards right center. That's well struck. Carrying well. Gone. Straight into the visitors' bullpen. A 2-run homer, and they add on. It's 11-5.
For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
One down. Austin Hayes, the next to hit. And it's fouled away. Now he breaks his back. Fires to first in time. Now it's Andrew Benintendi to hit.
Drove it off the wall last time. Just missed out on a home run.
Benintendi.
This one in the air, center field. Meadows on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And the inning is over. Back at Citizens Bank Park. All set to start the 9th in this one. Spencer Torkelson up now for the Tigers. Swing, and a ball popped up. Takes it in for the out. Kevin McGonigal digs in now.
The third baseman, number 7, Kevin McGonigal.
In the air on the infield, Montgomery under it. And there's 2 away. So they're down to their final out. Here's the catcher, Dylan Dingler, known for his rocket arm behind the plate. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. 0-1. Up the middle, and it's through for a hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Up next to the Tigers, the center fielder.
Here's the center fielder, Parker Meadows. And that's a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Up next for the Tigers.
Here's Baez. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Can't reach it. This should score at least 1. 1 run across. Another comes in to score. It's 11-7.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Next to hit, Kerry Carpenter. And first offering is fouled off. Tap foul at the plate. The Tigers down to their final strike. Got him, and that's the ball game.
That was a pretty close one until that huge 7th inning really turned things around. The bats just caught on fire, and it seemed like nobody could make it out. Put a lot of runs up, and that propelled them to the win.
An 11-7 final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. Thanks for joining us. Live from beautiful Coors Field here in Denver, Colorado, we've got baseball on the show. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Milwaukee Brewers. First pitch coming your way next.
Your Milwaukee Brewers.
Today's starting pitcher, Jacob Misiorowski. What's the scouting report on him?
He has a great ability to command a game, Boog, but in order for that to happen today, he's got to limit damage, make smart pitches, and avoid big innings. If he were a golfer, we'd say he needs to avoid any double bogeys out there, and if he does, his scorecard is going to look pretty good at the end of the day.
Chourio gets under it. Kyle Tucker, a.k.a. King Tuck, to the plate now. And there's one down. Here's Mookie Betts. For as much as we talk about Mookie Betts' success at the plate, defensively, he's turned into a brilliant outfielder. He's won the Gold Glove 6 times in right field, and yet in 2025, he was a finalist at shortstop, which is absolutely incredible. Just settling in here at Coors Field. Swing and a miss.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the veteran first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Playing in the World Series north of the border was certainly special for Freddie Freeman. His dad, Fred, Hails from Win. This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. That one hops against the fence. Not stopping. He's going for 3. And this is going to be a 2-out triple.
This was a really nice swing. Didn't quite get enough behind it to get it out of here, but once it got over his head in left field, it was extra bases all the way.
Will Smith swings through it for strike 1. And that is out of play. Got him swinging for the strikeout. They limit the damage here. Back here in Denver, and on the hill for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. Always a treat to watch one of the best starters in the sport singing.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Fires over to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. This is Bryce Terang. And a foul ball. Good job to fight that one off. To third, Muncy. Long throw to first, and 2 quick outs in the bottom of the first here tonight. And now it's William Contreras. That one fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Ground ball up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that means Christian Yelich will have a chance to hit.
Timing on the swing was good, able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Here's Yelich at the dish, and first offering is fouled off. Foul ball there. That one missed. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Popped up to the left into foul ground. And the inning is over. Back here at Coors Field, we move ahead to the top of the second now. Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swinging a foul straight back. This one in the air center field. And there's one away. Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
The left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
And first offering is fouled off. Teoscar goes down on strike.
Batting in, the center fielder, number 44.
2 down, base is empty. Now, Andy Pages. Hammered down the right side, but foul. That's to third. Zips it to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the second. Up now for Milwaukee, Andrew Vaughn. The number 3 overall pick out of Cal for the White Sox in 2019. Swing and a foul out of play. Tap foul at the plate. Breaking ball inside. 1-2 to count. Fights it off. He'll see another. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Batting 6, the right fielder,
Sal Frelick up now for the Brewers.
Frelick.
Back to the mound. He's got it. Over to first. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. Next for the Brewers, Luis Rengifo. Ground ball left side and foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Up the middle and a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Batting 8, the center fielder,
Garrett Mitchell
5.
Up now for the Brewers.
Mitchell.
Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase. That one way inside. Caught him looking for the K. On to the third inning, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Freeland. Freeland getting the start at second, 24 years old, and he was a 3rd-round pick in 2022. Now the 0-1. Fouled off left side. And a foul ball, he stays alive. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Leadoff hitter gone in the 3rd. Here's Shohei Ohtani.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
Oh.
Swing and a miss. Wow. That's strike 1.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. He sends it into the second deck, and they tack one on the board. It's 2-0.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
One down. So here's Kyle Tucker now. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off.
The hitter early and off balance on that swing. If I'm the pitcher, I'm taking a little bit more off. See if you can get him to chase something in the dirt.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back. That one on its way, and it's gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 3-0.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Here's Mookie to hit. 0 for 1 so far. And a swing and a miss. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Swings and misses. And that's 4 strikeouts. 2 outs, base is empty. Next to the dish is Freddie. 1 for 1. He tripled in his first trip. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Filling up the strike zone hasn't been the problem so far. It's the quality of the strikes. That's been the real issue. And you look at the first inning, that's what we saw. Too many pitches out over the plate.
On the ground, right side. In time to Vaughn. And Freeman is retired. Out number 3. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now 3-0. As we go to the last of the third. Up now for Milwaukee, Joey Ortiz. And he grounds one back up the middle. Oh, look at the stop. It's there, and that's a great play. Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers. He grounded out in his first at bat.
Straighten him up a little bit.
That's smacked on a line to center. 2 down. 2 down, base is empty. Bryce Terang now at the plate. Grounded out his first time.
Terang.
On the ground, right side. Throw on to Freeman, and that'll do it. Back here in Denver, all set for the start of the inning. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers. And a big swing and a miss.
Something I'm noticing in this one is that these hitters are aggressive early in the count. It makes you wonder if that was talked about in the hitters meeting before this game started.
Fair ball. The throw into second. Safe at second.
He's in.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
Liner, and this could be trouble. Headed for the plate. He will score, and they lead by 4. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Oh, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least.
Line drive, that's a base hit. Muncy on his horse around third. The relay in there safely.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Next to hit, Andy Pajes. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Frelick running hard to get it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Alex Freeland steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Struck out swinging his first time. That one lifted to left. Chourio on the move towards foul ground. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Here's Ohtani. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Oh, strike 1 is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. In the air left field. And that's got extra bases written all over it. High bounce over the fence for an automatic double.
Well, he found himself behind. The count right there, but he didn't.
Trevor McGill taking over on the mound.
And this is a really tough spot to come into as he tries to keep this one close. You almost have to forget about the runners in scoring position. They're not going anywhere.
Hard hit into the gap, should bring in 2. 1 run across, another comes in to score. It's 7-0. And he's safe at second with a 2-run double.
He was all over that one. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Betts swings through it for strike 1. 4 runs already in the frame. Top half of inning number 4. Hot shot, and he can't knock it down. Here's the throw to the plate. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. Back here at Coors Field. Bottom 4.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't. Deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come 1 at bat at a time and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch, make that pitcher.
Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Long gone. It finds the tree farm for a homer. A solo shot. And they've got their first run. It's 7-1.
Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
Here comes Christian Yelich. Up the middle. Bounces into the outfield for a base hit.
Up next for the Brewers.
Man at first, nobody out. Andrew Vaughn now. And that one fouled off. Fought off foul. Hard hit to right center. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Yelich flies around third. He'll score easily. It's 7-2.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Nice grab to first, and they get the out. Luis Rengifo gets a chance to hit here. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up.
Luis Rengifo.
To the right side, Freeland. Not in time. He's safe. It's 7-3. One gone runner at first. Here's the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell.
Number 5, Garrett Mitchell.
And it's fouled away. Swings through that.
Boog, that's cheddar, baby.
Spoils the two-strike pitch, and he'll see another. In the air, right field, pretty well struck, carrying well. And that one is off the wall. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He'll score. Now a 3-run game, 7-4.
Everything came together for him. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Line drive, base hit, coming home. He'll score easily, and they cut the lead to 2.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Back to the top of the Milwaukee order. On the mound now, Blake Trinan.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of him. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Here's 0-1. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there's 2 down. Bryce Terang up now for the Brewers. He's grounded out a couple of times. Line drive to short and caught. New inning getting started. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Freddie Freeman. That one pushed to the left and foul. The 0-2. This one lifted in the air, left field. One up, one down. And up to the plate is Will Smith. First pitch swinging. Up the middle, Ortiz. Slings to first, and the first 2 set down in the top of the 5th.
The
2 outs,
baseman,
base is
number
empty.
13,
Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Late on that fastball. Well struck, deep right field, way back and out of here. That'll fire up the dugout, and they tack one on the board. It's 8-5.
Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? Well, a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
So 2 down. Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Grounder off the pitcher. Safe at first, and now after the play, we'll check on the right-hander status.
The center fielder, number 40.
So digging in, Andy Pajes. Swing and a miss. Fly ball down the line. And that will drop foul.
Well, that two-seamer is heat-seeking for right-handed batters. Just runs in on those hands.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And the 0-2. Stays alive. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one carrying out of here into the visitors bullpen. So he goes the opposite way with that one. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add on. It's 10-5.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Now it's the second baseman, Alex Freeland. Swings through that one out in front that time. Comebacker to the mound. The throw to first, third out, and that ends the frame. Back here in Denver, bottom of the inning, William Contreras up now for the Brewers.
Contreras.
And first offering is fouled off. That one fouled off. That smash towards center. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Around second now, going for 3. And his third hit of the game is a triple.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
And now it's Christian Yelich. This one in the air, center field. Pajes in position. And there's one down. So up next, Andrew Vaughn.
I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone here. Pitcher's looking for a strikeout or a ground ball, hoping to keep that runner at third.
One away with a runner at third. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Hernandez on his way over. He's got it. Runner tags from third. He'll score on the sac fly. It's 10-6. Now it's the right fielder, Sal Frelick. Has grounded out a couple of times. In the air, left field. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And that's a double.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Now here is Luis Rengifo. That one in the dirt and gets away. But no advance. That's ball one. Man at second. Sliced hard but foul. Alex Vesia into the game.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Line drive. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Frelick comes in to score, making things interesting. It's 10-7. Runner at first with two away. And now the center fielder, Garrett Mitchell. That's ripped into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Headed for the plate. One run is in.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And the batter now, Joey Ortiz. That's to third. On the run, throw to first. What a play. Inning over. All set for the top of the sixth. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Now pitching for the
Grant
Brewers,
Anderson on the pitch out of the pen here.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Ohtani, the former Rookie of the Year, 31 years old, and a four-time MVP, one of the faces of the league. Here's the 0-2. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. In the air, right side. Frelick settles under it. One down. Here's Kyle Tucker. He's already homered here in this one.
Kyle Tucker.
On the ground, and there's a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
Here's Mookie now, and a swing and a miss there. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. inside. And the count 1-2. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there are 2 down. Here's Freddie Freeman now. 1 for 3.
Number 5.
Well, the way these two teams have battled in this game, you know you need more. Got to continue to add runs if you're going to get out of here with a win.
Man on second, 2 down.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Freeman hits it in the air. Mitchell moving under it. And that is that. Back here at Coors Field. Well, we go bottom 6. Jackson Chourio up now for the Brewers.
Del Rio.
Turned on, but foul wide of third. The 0-1. And a foul ball. The 0-2. Left field. And an automatic double as it hops the fence.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Breaking ball was in a decent spot down and in, but he did a really nice job getting to it before it tied him up.
Now pitching for
Jack Dreyer gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
Stepping in, Bryce Terang. Up the middle, and he knocks it down. Still able to get it there in time. And even with his speed, they get the out. Here's the Brewers catcher now, William Contreras. Back to the mound. It hit him. The throw is still in time. He keeps his composure, and they get the out. Big at bat coming up with Christian Yelich stepping in. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Ground ball right side. That's a base hit. In to score from third. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. And that one's gone into the bleachers. That's worth the price of admission. And they lead it. It's 11-10.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Next for Milwaukee, Sal Frelick. And a foul ball. 2 gone, base is empty, but 3 runs across here in the bottom of the 6th. Muncy whips it across. Inning over. We go to the top of the 7th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Will Smith. On the ground, out to short. In plenty of time to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th. Here comes Max Muncy. This guy with light tower power. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
Hey, partner, how's your scorecard looking right now?
A little dicey, kind of hieroglyphics style at the moment. You know what it's like, Singy? Remember our trip to London, Yankees and Red Sox in 2019? I think there were Were there 50 runs scored in the 2 games combined? My scorecard was ugly for that series.
Pitch was away, and he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. Here comes the 0-1. This one in the air, center field. Mitchell should have this one. Brings it in. Here comes the runner from third. The run scores from third, and now they trail by 1. Andy Pages steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Yeah, pretty ridiculous. And you use like 5 different colors of pens, so like it's just a mosaic over there.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're always judging the different pens. That, you know, I got the skinny scoring pen, and then I have the red, and then the black, and then I got a highlighter. So there is a lot going on. Fights it off. You'll see another. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball still 0-2.
He needs to throw that breaking ball with just a little more conviction to get the swing and miss.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
Now pitching for the
So the Brewers bring on a new pitcher from the pen, DL Hall. He's there. He's got it. And that's the 3rd out. Back here in Denver, bottom of the 7th, Luis Rengifo up now for the Brewers.
Luis Rengifo.
That one blasted deep to right, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. And they tag him out. Digging in, Garrett Mitchell. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1. In the air, right field. Takes it in for the out.
As good as he's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand, you cannot hang a breaking ball right there. Lucky it stayed in the ballpark.
In the air out to center. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive and puts the go-ahead run on base.
Up next for the Brewers.
Back to the top of the order now. Next for the Brewers, Jackson Chourio. Popped up. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Back here at Coors Field, ready to begin the 8th, Alex Freeland steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Out towards right center field. Takes it in for the out. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. The outfield shifted pretty heavily towards right field. Hard ground ball, base knock. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect.
Terang beats to second, out there. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. Bottom of the 8th. Up now for Milwaukee, Bryce Terang.
Now pitching for
So they bring on their closer in the 8th, Edwin Diaz. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. The 0-1. That's inside.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Right through there for a strike.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
Up the middle. And a base hit. The leadoff single and the go-ahead run is aboard.
Well, that's his first hit in this one, so that should help him feel a little better. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
At the plate, William Contreras. This one in the air. And there's one away. Go ahead run on base. Now it's Christian Yelich, known for his late inning heroics. This one drilled right center field. That one heading for the fence and gone. A 2-run blast. And they grab the lead in the 8th. It's 13-11.
That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
One down. Next for Milwaukee, Andrew Vaughn. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Two pretty nasty sliders to get this hitter into an 0-2 count. If you're up there at the plate, you got to look up in the zone and spit on anything that's down.
Takes it in for the out. So digging in, Sal Frelick. 1 for 4 with a double.
Number 10, Sal Frelick.
Hit in the air, center field. Pajes has a beat on it. And that will end the inning. Back here in Denver, we go to the 9th. Mookie Betts step to the plate for the Dodgers. Here comes the closer here in the 9th, Abner Uribe.
Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan, more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
Swing and a ball popped up. Vaughn moving under this one. And there's one down. So now it's Freddie Freeman.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
This one smoked on its way out of here. And just like that, they're within a run.
Most times it's the pitcher looking at the scoreboard for velocity, but in this case it's the hitter. He just turned around triple digits at the dish. I don't even know how he saw that pitch. Maybe he didn't, but he got a home run out of it.
One down. The batter now will be Will Smith. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Here comes the 0-1. Out front, rip foul.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Just one out remaining for the Dodgers. Here's Max Muncy. Infielder shifted to the right. Shortstop just to the left of second. Hard ground ball, base knock. So the tying run reaches with 2 away.
All over that one right there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team to bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
Next to hit, Teoscar Hernandez.
Well, in this situation, the hitter knows that he's got to find a pitch that he can drive in order to drive in that tying run all the way from first base. So if he can't do that, keep the line moving. You'll walk or just a big.
Gets under it and pops it up. Vaughn under this one. Makes the catch. Ball game. And the Brewers strand the tying run on base to win it.
Well, this was flat out an incredible comeback. I'm almost speechless. This team showed patience. They grinded out the at-bats and had quality at-bats. Did exactly what they needed to climb back in a ball game with this kind of deficit. Excellent job to get the W today.